Hello YouTube, my name is Nick, and today I have some more metal stuff to show to you today. Got a big old variety today. I have a bunch of CDs, a really neat special edition, some merch, a vinyl. But I'm going to start with the merch. I don't really show this kind of stuff that often, but I kind of like to start showing the more different stuff, maybe not like shirts or something, but a really cool hat here. I kind of collect these Glory Extreme kind of hats. I don't know if they made this one, but I almost have to assume so. It's very in their vein. But this is a Gamma Sector hat I got recently. It has the sweet alien dude on it. I'm a big fan of this hat. Like I said, I kind of collect these. Like Somne, that's their newest album. It was in my end of the year list last year. Just got that recently. I like showing those things off. If you ever are looking for one and you can't find it, maybe hit me up because I have a lot of them. So yeah, there's that. I like hats. And this next one I'm going to show, the only vinyl I'm going to show, and this is a pretty special one. The label I bought this from had been sold out of these for a while, I'm pretty sure, but they actually found some of these somewhere lost and put them up for sale, and they were kind of at a discounted price for some reason. So I got a hold of one of these. And this is actually one of my favorite albums ever. So I was pretty elated when I found out that this was a thing. But it came with this patch. I don't know if that's going to give it away or not. But this is the Dead to a Dying World vinyl. This is Litany. And this is heavily spot glossed with a delicious floral pattern, kind of. As you can see, all of the text is inlaid with like silver leafing and shiny goodness. If you've never heard of this band, I think I've talked about them before, but it's like a really atmospheric and deep, almost kind of orchestral, like crusty black metal, something like that. Extraordinarily long songs. There's 15, 16-minute song lengths on here. And this one comes on a very special black and gold vinyl. I mean, good lord, guys, look at this. This is beautiful. So yeah, I got this for a very discounted price. I think they were doing a special or something, because I don't remember there being a discount on this. But I could not be any happier with this. This is one of my mandatory purchases. I was pretty broke when I bought this, but it was such a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing that I had to get it. I mean, come on now. How could I possibly say no to this thing? Masterpiece of an album, one of the modern classics. So the first CD I have here is from a band I honestly never thought would make another album. It's been 12 years, I think, since they made their last album. And this is pretty out there stuff. This is stuff that's not going to be for everybody, but I love this stuff. This is the band Ayat, or Ayat, with Carry On Carrion. This is kind of an old school packaged CD. This was released by Moribund, I believe. Yeah, Moribund Records. And this band is from Beirut, and this is some really raucous, old school kind of heavy metal sounding, like anti-Islamic and kind of just anti-religious, like heavy black metal of some sort. They don't take themselves that seriously, but there's some amazing material on this. The song Every Time a Child Says, I Don't Believe in Allah, There's a Little Allah Somewhere That Falls Down Dead. That is a fabulous song. The title is hilarious. There's a bunch of great samples in this. The Pig That Miraculously Been Spared Decomposition. The two Jerusalem songs, totally fabulous. I love this. This is metal to a T. From Beirut, so I'm assuming they can get in some trouble for making this kind of stuff, because there's a lot of anti-religious stuff on here. It's just great. It's fun. It's different. It's very, very different. It's experimental. Lots of great instrumentals and vocals. Even what's the word I'm looking for? Even like the most hardened metal enthusiasts, if you don't get crunk on the song "Closure is Boring," then you don't deserve to be alive. So yeah, check out AAT, Carry On, Carrion. As always, everything will be in the description. So these next two bands I have strategically placed in this lineup. This first one I have mixed feelings about, but I feel like this band has all the potential in the world. This is Into Oblivion with Paragon, and I believe this is a Polo Girardi artwork. Let me see if I can find his signature. It looks very similar to his work, but I don't know if this is his. But this is some really lengthy, kind of, I guess, blackened doom metal, mostly black metal with some different kind of textures and alterations going on here. The only reason that I have mixed feelings about this is actually the production. There are some, I'm sure there's a term for this, but there's some weird dips in the volume at some points, and it makes me feel like I'm having a stroke. And it doesn't seem to be caused by like weird interactions with the instruments. It's kind of just like random spots where the volume like dips and highs, and it makes me feel nauseous. And also sometimes the drumming gets a little not great, but the guitars on this album are absolutely ripping, shredding, horrific. Just a bunch of great solos and weird transitions. It almost kind of reminds me of that Vendemiatrix album, where there's a lot of stuff going on here where it's not always doing the same thing. So yeah, check out Into Oblivion with Paragon. So this next album, it took me a minute to realize this isn't the same band, but extremely different genres, extremely different quality. But this is In Oblivion with Memories Engraved in Stone. Good Lord, guys. This is one of, if not the best, modern instances of funeral doom I've heard in forever. The vocals on this album and this band in general are frightening, rumbling, earthquake-inducing heaviness, gutturals and rumbles to make you hit the brown note. I believe I talked about the EP that came out a couple years ago, maybe a year ago, but the title of this is the second song off that, so they aren't the same versions of the song, but the two songs that were on the previous EP are on this, but they're different versions, and they're recorded with the same quality, so it's not like they're just reusing old songs. But this album is nut-busting heaviness. I mean, just give me a break. If you listen to anything from this video, listen to this one, because this is Funeral Doom mastery, modern classic released these days. It's hard to find good Funeral Doom anymore, especially new stuff. The veterans kind of dominate the airspace, in my opinion. But this is top-notch, upper echelon, bar-setting Funeral Doom. So check out In Oblivion with Memories Engraved in Stone. This next one everyone should know. Big band, big label, but this is a good surprise for me, honestly. This is Diluvium by Obscura. I got this a couple days early, jammed it several times. I honestly prefer this style of songwriting of theirs. It's a little more compact, it's a little more separated. The songs don't exactly flow together, and I think this works better for them. I really liked Anagnorisis, but it didn't click with me as much as this one does. The song Ethereal Skies is one of the most fun songs I've heard this year. Great patterns, really complex stuff going on here. Just, it's hard to match the tempos and the syncopations that everyone kind of holds together. It's not like everyone's doing their own thing, and it gets kind of messy like the new Augury. I wasn't a big fan of that. But yeah, great album, big band, big label. Won't talk much about that. Obscura is one of the few big bands that have earned their street cred. One of the big guys that made their way there with merit and not just hype. So this next one I have, or these next two I have, are more doomy stuff. This has been a fabulous year for Doom. And I don't believe I talked about the first album of theirs, or their last album, I believe. I don't know if this is their second, and the one before was their first. But this is Monads, or Monads. I don't know how to say it. With, yeah, the Roman numeral. There you go. I'm an idiot. I don't know what the Roman numeral IVIIV is. I probably should have looked that beforehand. But the way I could best describe this, and I know it makes some people roll their eyes when you say this is this band combined with this band. It's just the easiest way for me, I guess. This is the band Peripetia mixed with Loss. This is like a really crushing, almost kind of touching, more death doom than funeral doom, I guess. But there's a ton of doom on here. There's clean passages as well as horrifically heavy and kind of catchy stuff. More tremolo picks than normal in funeral doom, which is why I still give this the death doom title. But this is absolutely fantastic music. It's 4 songs. It's about a little over 50 minutes. Just can't say enough good things about this. The production is thick and moist and delicious. So yeah, check out Monads. This next one I have been waiting a long time for. My love for this band is well documented, and I kind of treated myself by buying this. But this is the new Eye of Solitude album, Slaves to Solitude. I actually do enjoy this more than their last album, Cenotaph. I feel like that album was just a little too slow and a little too monotonous. But this gives me more of the Kanto 3 vibe that I enjoyed. It comes with these really cool, like, parchment paper lyric sheets and info and stuff. This was the limited wooden box edition. Comes with some little cork in there to hold it in there. But yeah, this is a fabulous album. I've said it before, and I still stand by it. Anything that Daniel Niego touches is gold. He can't do any wrong. He's one of the busiest people in metal. He's in a bazillion bands, and they're all active. And everything he does has some sort of merit, some sort of quality. It's hard not to like that guy. Great vocals, great musician, great mind in the metal universe. So the last one I have here is one that took me a long time to get my hands on. I feel like this was sold out forever, and I found this for a really good price on eBay, so I had to pick it up. This is Ultra Luna by Progeny Terrestre Pura. This is not your normal kind of atmospheric black metal. This is almost a little more electronic, a little more industrial sounding. This is much more metal, I guess, than their last album. They put out a couple EPs as well, but this is probably their strongest release to date. I know some people have mixed opinions on this. One of my good friends didn't like the style as much as the past albums, but I kind of disagree. I prefer the more metal stuff on this. It's some of it gets a little maybe cheesy towards the end, almost a little too electronic sounding, but this album holds up. It holds water. One of the best artworks I've seen in a long time. I'm trying to get my grammar straight here. But yeah, their last album also has like 11 out of 10 artwork. So yeah, keep up with these guys if you like art. Lengthy songs, great quality. Production is crystal clear, but it's not too shiny sounding. It's not too poppy. But yeah, that's Progeny Terrestre Puro with Ultra Luna. One of those bands that you could show your friends who don't necessarily like metal that much because it's a little different, it's a little out there, it's spacey, it's nice, but it also has the metal vibes where it's, you know, it's not normie stuff. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I still have a bunch more stuff to do, to show, I mean. I still have the new series coming up that I'm finalizing. And hopefully you enjoyed this. Go check out these bands. Everything will be in the description. Go buy something, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.